from today we're going to talk about the equation. Now last week we talked about the expression. Alright, so later we're going to have a look at what's the definition of the equation. Okay, now everyone, we want everyone to have a look at the first question. Okay, so the weight of 6 identical books is 1.2 kilos. What is the weight of one book? It's a very easy question. How can I calculate that? Don't call out, please raise your hand.
Is it 1.2 divided by 6?
Okay, she said that's 1.2. Okay, so that's a lead-in question. Alright, so 1.2 divided by 6. Okay, so the answer is very easy. So 0.2 kilo. Okay, so which means one book is 0.2 kilo. Any other ways to do that? It's very good. We know 1.2 kilos is for 6 identical books. So 1 is 0.2, so you divide by 6. Any other ways? Think about what you did last year in year 8. Any other ways? We convert the kilos to gram. We don't have to do that, actually. Any other ways to do that? Okay, I'll give you the hint. If one book is X kilo, what can I do? If one book is X kilo, what can I set up something? According to the description, the weight of 6 identical books.
An equation. 6 times x equals 1.2 kilos.
Okay, he said that is 6 times x equals 1.2. And then you still can work out x. Okay, so last year you have learned x equals 1.2 divided by 6. Is that the same? Yeah. Yes? Okay, you still can get x equals 0.2 kilo. Now, what's the difference between these two ways? What is the difference? What is this way? This way is from your primary school, right? Okay, from your primary school. So we call that arithmetic way. How about this way? We use algebra, we use equation. Okay? Definitely we can have two ways. Alright, so this is way 1 and this is way 2. Now you may think way 1 is easier because it's straightforward. You use 1.2 divided by 6. And some people will think, oh, way 2 is very complex. I have to think 1 is x and then set up the equation and solve the equation. So that makes that question is very complex. So if we have the difficult questions later, you may feel this one is easier. Okay, the equation will be easier than the arithmetic way. Okay, now, and also let's have a look at these two ways. For this method, you have already got everything you are given. So you are given 6 books and you are given 1.2 kilo. So you use all the given conditions to work it out the answer. For this one, do you know one book is some kilos at the moment? Do you know that? No. So you put the unknown x here. So this include the unknown and then the information you were told. Is that correct? So in this case, this one is called equation. Okay, this one is called equation. Now let's write down the definition of equation. Okay. Now in your worksheets, let's have a look at the concept 2. Concept 2. So when writing equations, we have 2. Okay. So when we write equations, firstly, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? What is this step called? Come on, you have learned that last year? you have to. No? Okay, so firstly, you have to define a variable. You have to define a variable like this. I want the book is X kilogram. So this is the first step. We have to define a variable like this, X. Okay? And then, what is my next step? So firstly, we set up this, and what is my next step? What do I have to do?
Solve the equation.
Solve the equation. Do you have the equation? After that, you solve that. What about these steps? You have to set up. Okay? We have to set up an equation. So how can I set up the equation? How can I set up the equation? We need to find the equivalent relations from the question. And then we can form the equation. Okay, so this is the definition of the equation. So we have to define a variable. And then we set up this equation. We have to find the equivalent relations. Okay, now we want everyone to have a look at the example. Example 1. A 24 centimeter long wire can be bent to form a square. How long is the side of the square? Okay, so let's follow these steps. Firstly, we need to define a variable. Which one could be the variable?
How many sides?
Sorry?
How many sides?
How many sides of the square do I have to set up as a variable?
No.
What does variable mean?
Change.
Change. So, how many sides?
Four.
4 sides. Will that change? No. 4 sides, a square has 4 sides. That will not change. So, 4 is not variable. But that is a very good answer. How can we set up the variable? Which one can be the variable? Would you? The length, right? So the length of the square, of the side of the square will be the variable. Very good. Now let's write down for example 1. Let the length of the square be X centimeters. Alright, so that is always your first step. Alright, please write down your worksheets. Okay, so this is always your first step. Let the length of the square be X centimeters. And then we set up this equation. We set up the equation. What is the equation? Now, let's have a look at 24. What is 24 centimeters long wire? Tells you.
The wire is 24 centimeters long.
The wire is 24 centimeters long, but what's the relationship with that wire and the square? Bent. But after I bend, what is that 24?
Divided by 4.
That will be the. That will be the perimeter. Yes, this is what I want to know. So this 24 is the perimeter. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay? Good. So this one is perimeter. And then how can I find the side? The length of the side. Divide by 4. But how can I use X? One side is X. How about 4X? 4X. Good. Yeah. 4x equals 24. Very good. Now, we only write down the equation, we do not solve them. Okay, do you have any questions for this? This is the relationship, so that is the equivalent relations, which means 4x is 4 lots of side. Is that correct? So 4 lots of side is the perimeter. Okay? Alright, so I write that here, explanation. That is 4 sides. And then this is the perimeter. Are they equal? Yes? Good. Because 4 sides equals the perimeter. Next one. Let's have a look at this one. Purchasing 5 apples and a $2.4 mango costs the same as purchase 7 apples and a mandarin that costs 60 cents. What is the cost of each apple? Alright, follow all the steps. Okay, so example 2. Alright, so question 2. Firstly, define a variable. Which one is that variable?
Cost of the apple.
Very good. So you can find, we just read the last question, what is the cost of each apple? So this one is what we want to find out, and this one is our variable. Okay, so we just write that. Let. Okay, we want to see let for all questions. Let each apple be X dollars.
Would it be the cost of each?
That's fine. It's the same. Yeah. You can have different writing. You can write let the cost of each apple be X. Or you can write let each apple be X dollars. It's the same. Good. Now, what is the equation? How can I set up the equation? Following this description, purchasing 5 apples and a 2.4 mangoes costs the same as purchasing 7 apples and a mandarin costs 60 cents. Okay, how can I set up this according to the description?
5x plus 2.
Some people said 5x. Why do you write 5x? Can you explain that?
Because that's the cost
Apple
of
is
5.
X and it's 5.
Because 1 apple is X dollars, 5 apples will be 5X dollars. Does that make sense? Good? Alright, so 5 apples. And what does and tell you?
Plus.
Good, very good. So everyone, so you can see, if I read the questions, I can have a calculation. So and means plus. Good. Plus 2.4 is the price of 1 mango. And okay, now we want you to circle the same as. Please circle that. Now I cannot do that here. It's a whiteboard. I cannot do that. So please circle the same as. What does the same as tell you? Equal. Equivalent. Very good. So equal. So if you read the questions, there will be no problem. Now, purchasing 7 apples. 7x, good. So 1 apple is x, 7 apple will be 7x. And a mandarin that costs 60 cents.
Shouldn't it be 0.6?
Oh, some people put up the hands and want to say something. What's wrong with this? Sorry? It looks like $60. Very good. So we use $2.4 for the mango, and then they are all dollars. So 60 is not dollars. So you need to pay more attention to here. So that's 60 cents.
0.6.
Good. So here we need to write 0.6. That is very important. Good. Now for this equation, do you have any questions? No? Good. So we can see, just now we said 5x means 5 apples. You follow this description. 5 apples, each one is x dollars, 5 is 5x. Plus this price, the same as, you just write equal sign. And then you purchase 7 apples, so 7x, plus 60 cents. And then you can finish this equation. Okay? Good. Now, let's look at the next one. Jane and Luke have a combined age of 60. Given that Jane is twice as old as Luke, find the age of Luke and Jane. Example 3. Define a variable. Which one is the variable?
The age of Luke.
The age. Good. So, whose age is x?
Can be both.
Can be both, right? Can I say Luke is x years old? I can say let Luke be x years old. Now, if Luke is x years old, how old is Jane? Why did you say 2x?
Because
Listen, listen.
she's double his age, so his age plus his age equals her age.
Very good, because Jane is twice as old. This sentence tells you it's double the age. Good. So, Jane is 2x years old. And also, some people just said, I want Jane. Jane. X years old. Can we do that?
Yes.
Yes. Now, how about Luke? How about Luke? Jane is twice as old as Luke. So Jane is x. Luke is times by 2 or divide by 2? Good. Luke is x over 2 years old divided by 2. Now you can see we can have different way to solve that. Now everyone, which one you think is easier?
First one.
Why? Why the first one is easier?
There's no fraction.
Very good. It's no fraction. Now let's have a look. Jane and Luke have a combined age of 60. What does this sentence tell you?
Son. Son.
What does combined mean?
Add.
Add. Good. So we x plus 2x equals 60. This one is the sign. We say x plus x over 2 is 60. This means combine. Okay, now we want you to have a look at all my equations. This is the equation. This is the equation. And also, this is the equation. Now we want you to tell me what are they in common. They all have, very good, they all have algebra, so they all have pernumeral. Okay, good. Now we want you to take the notes and 4. Alright, part 4. Common. One, they all have pernumeral. X. Good. They all have pernumeral x. And can you tell me what is the power of x?
1.
4x, 5x, 7x, 2x, half x. What is the power of x? 1. Good. With the power of 1. Now, this is something in common. Something else. Tell me everything you observe that shows the common things of the three equations.
They all equal something.
Very good. They all equal something. They have equal signs. Okay, good. So, number 2, they all have a equals sign. That's why we call that equation. If there's no equation sign, it's not equation. And also, do we have the left-hand side of the equation, of the equal sign, and then right-hand side? Okay, good. So we have an equation sign and a left-hand side and a right-hand side. If you have the numerals x and the power of x is 1, and also you have the equal signs with the left-hand side and right-hand side, so we call this equation linear equation. Okay, we call that linear equation. After we do the equation, we will do the linear relations, and you will find all the linear equations is a straight line. That's why we call that linear equation, because everyone tell me, what is this word? Line. Alright, it's a line. Now, let's have a look at practice 1. Which one is equation? Tell me which one is an equation. A, B, C, D, which one is equation? A. Why A is equation?
It has pronumerals and an equal
Pronumerals
sign.
and equal sign. Very good. Okay. Now, practice 2. Which one is linear equation? Which one is linear equation? Is A a linear equation? X take away y equals 6. Is this linear equation? No. Why? You have two pronumerals. We need one pronumeral. Pronumeral, not plural form. Okay? One pronumeral. Good. How about B? Is B a linear equation?
Yes.
Yes, good. How about C? 3x take away 4. Is this one linear equation?
No.
Why?
No equal sign.
It's no equal sign. Good. Okay? How about question D? X squared plus x equals 1.
No.
Is that linear equation?
No.
Why is not linear equation?
Because I've got two pronumerals.
Two pronumerals.
They are
The sign pronumeral, different power. Good. So linear equation, that means the x has a power of 1. So here is a power of 2. That means this is not a linear equation. This one is called a quadratic equation. It's not linear. Very good. Now let's have a look at question 3. It's a very challenging question. Now it involves all your understanding. For this one, I copied that here. Nx to the power of 3 plus nx plus 3 equals 0. You were told this one is a linear equation. What is the value of n? This one tells you the understanding of linear equation.
2.
What is the value of m? 1 per numeral. Okay? And then the power is 1. It should have equal sign left hand side and right hand side. And this is called linear equation. What do you think the m? What do you think the m? Anyone else? Are you thinking? What is the value of m?
It's 1 over x squared.
Sorry, m equals?
1 over x squared. 1 over
Ah, the value. If you put x in the value, it's not a value. What is the value? Value means an actual number.
2.
1, 2, 3, 4. He said 2.
0.
Some people said 0. Can you explain why it's 0?
Because the linear equation requires one polynomial with the power of 1. So we should get rid of this polynomial with the power of 3. So if
So,
we times
everyone,
by
if
0,
that is a very good, if this is power of 3, is that linear equation? No, that's why she said I want to get rid of x to the power of 3. How can I get rid of power of 3? Could you continue?
0 times
Anything
anything equals 0.
doesn't make sense to you. Clear? Now, please tell me if m equals 0, what is the value of this part?
0.
It's 0. That means, do you still have x to the power of 3 term? No. Okay? So, if m equals 0, you do not calculate this part. So, it equals, we don't have this part. How about the value of n? Hey, I want you to have a discussion. You can have a discussion. Think of the definition all the time. The definition is power of 1. And then equal sign. Alright, have a discussion with your partner. What is the value of n? Sorry? Okay, thank you. Stop. I've got one answer. What's your answer, please? He said it's 0. Could you explain why you think that's 0? He said because the other one is 0, so this one is 0. Now tell me, if n equals 0, that will be 0 plus 0 plus 3 equals 0.
That's right.
Is 3 equals 0? Very good. Very good thinking.
N could be 1 and x could be -3. So 1 plus 3 equals 0.
N could be
1.
1, but we do not assign number to x. X can be everything. Okay? So, n could be 1. Can n could be anything else? Everyone, if n equals 1, the equation will be x plus 3 equals 0. Is that correct? So, x plus 3 equals 0. Can you solve this equation?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Can n be anything else?
-1.
Can n be -1? So if n is -1, so that will be -x plus 3 equals 0. Is this one linear equation? Yes, good. Something else?
N is equal to -3 minus x.
Sorry?
-3 minus x.
-3 minus x. What do you mean?
No, for that question.
This?
Yeah. 0 minus 3 is -3. So nx is, -3 divided by n.
Yeah, but I want to know the value of n.
It can be everything. It can be every number.
He said n can be everything.
Every number.
Everyone, can n be 100?
Yes.
Yes, 100x plus 3 is 0. 100x plus 3 is 0. Can n be 2,350 or something?
Yes.
Yes. Can n be negative 100?
Yes.
So how can I say that?
Answer.
N can be everything, but can n be 0?
Except 0.
If n is 0, that is 0 plus 0 plus 3. Do you still have x?
No.
No, you don't have x. So n cannot be 0. And then apart from this, n can be everything. Okay?